Hi guys, welcome back to Ari's Soul Commute. My name is Ari and I'm here today to talk to you about, it's gonna sound a little crazy, but yeah, I'm here to talk to you about being thankful. Now don't get me wrong, I am a huge advocate for finding a cure for type 1 diabetes. I know the difficulties of type 1 diabetes. I live through it every single day, 24/7, 365 days. Every second of the day, I am living and battling out type 1 diabetes with my son and our team that we got going at home and at school. And although it does sound crazy, it will sound absolutely crazy, I thank type 1 diabetes for a lot of things. And you might be saying, she's lost her shit. No, not quite. Maybe, but not quite. I am thankful to type 1 diabetes for bringing a lot of things to light in my life. To becoming more aware of things that honestly I probably would never have been aware of had type 1 diabetes not invade our family, had invade my child and family. Namely, being grateful for the things that you have, because we do take for granted a lot of things that we have in our life. Our health, we take it for granted. And thanks to type 1, I am more aware of the use of your pancreas, for example. That's something that nobody ever thinks about unless you've probably, been diagnosed with type 1 or have someone in your family that has been diagnosed with type 1, because otherwise, I don't think many people know what the function of their pancreas is. So yeah, I'm thankful for that. I'm thankful for the voice type 1 gave me. I am my son's voice, and I'm not afraid to use it. And I thank type 1 for that. I thank type 1 for allowing me to be the voice of my children when I go into the ER. I'm not afraid to speak to doctors because old school times, you used to look at doctors and say, okay, well, he's a doctor. They're the doctor. They know what they're doing. And now, not so much. Hence, my son was misdiagnosed for over 3 weeks. So when something's not right, and you feel in your gut that it's not right, in my case, I have no problem opening up my mouth and saying, something doesn't feel right. No, I don't agree with you. No, we need more testing. No, that's not it. I had my middle child go into the ER with a fever that he had for over 3 days. He wasn't getting better, and I had the ER doctors tell me he was having allergies because it was allergy season. It's funny, my son's undergone allergy testing, and that I know of, he's not allergic to anything. And this doctor's telling me that it's allergy season. Send me home with Benadryl. You see, I had already gone through that story one time before with my daughter. And this was before type 1 diabetes, actually before my son was even here. My daughter, I had taken her to the doctor. She was having high fevers, coughs. Doctor sent me home with Benadryl. It's a quick fix fixer-upper, Benadryl. Let's just knock the kid out and maybe he'll sleep it off. End up going into the ER that very night that I had taken my daughter to the doctor, and social services was called on me because I had neglected my child. See, that didn't sink in too well, and thankfully I had all the medical records that I had from the morning where it said that I had visited the doctor. They had sent, the doctors at the ER sent me to social services because my daughter had double pneumonia. The 2 clouds in her lungs. So, yeah, I was naive and ignorant at the time. So, okay, doctor sends me home with Benadryl. Still, I didn't feel something was right. Take her to the ER. They want to pretty much arrest me for child neglect, and we come to find out that she had a double pneumonia. So she was hospitalized for a week. Fast forward, my middle child already having my youngest diagnosed, we went through kind of the same scenario. But the ER the ER doctors were telling me, well, yeah, just give him Benadryl. It's just allergies. And I said, nope, not this time. And demanded the blood work. I demanded the tests. I was not going to leave. And you know what? Thanks to type 1, I am able to speak out that way. For the mere reasons that my son went misdiagnosed for 3 weeks with upper respiratory infection and flu-like symptoms, which are, in fact, type 1 diabetes symptoms that nobody caught. And had I known what the symptoms were, I would have been able to do something about it sooner. I didn't know, but I did go with my gut instinct that something was not right. And now I am okay to say it. I am okay to call out anybody who attends my children in the medical field and say, listen, it just doesn't sound right. Prove it. I work in the legal field. We got to prove it beyond a reasonable doubt. So I'm okay with that. And I think type 1 for that. I learned to appreciate things a lot better. I learned yes, I'm loud and I do speak out. I'm an extrovert, so I do speak out, but now I speak even louder. And yes, I thank type 1 for that. I also thank type 1 for the unity that I have with my family. Not that we weren't united or, close-knit, but now we're more so than ever. And that's all because, we are battling this out all together for our little guy. And it's pretty amazing to feel part of that. I think all the wonderful parents that I have met who are going through this every single day. And you know what? Unfortunately, we had to meet this way, but we met, and here we are. And it's great to know that we're not alone and that we have each other to help each other out at any time, at any hour of the day. And for that, unfortunately, I thank type 1 for. I've met people at a local level as well as people from all over the world. And that's pretty amazing. Don't misinterpret this. I am not grateful for type 1 diabetes invading my son and causing us this craziness that we live every single day. But I do have to look at the bright side, because if I stick to all the negativity of type 1, then I'm not going to be the right person in the right mind to be helping my son. And my son needs me. And it's important that I stay sane. It's important that you stay sane. So, another thing that I am grateful for is you. My happiness is helping others. And I've always known that. I've always been that type of person. The go-to person. And it didn't really come into light until my son was diagnosed. When I realized that it's what I love. It's my happy. No matter what. No matter if it's a good type of help, you know, in good times, or if it's through bad times, whatever the case is, I'm happy to help. And it's my happy. And so if you ever need to speak to anybody, or you feel that you are stuck, you know, I also have resources where I can guide you to help. And you can feel free to DM me on Facebook, Adi's Soul Commute, or on Instagram. And I'll be happy to guide you to someone that can help you. You don't have to go at this alone, which is why I'm here. And it makes me happy that I am able to offer you the guiding light to a certain degree. And for that, I am thankful to Type 1. As crazy as that sounds. So, as crazy as that sounds, I will leave you with that. Don't forget to like my video. Don't forget to subscribe. Please, please, please feel free to share. And as always, I wish you tons of love, tons of light, and above everything, a ton of health. Have a great day. Thanks.